What's going on YouTube? So I wanted to take the time to make a quick video of my Cade mixed reef tank. I recently shot a video on my channel where I didn't do any commentary or anything like that, but I was just showing an update of this tank. But I thought I would make a video where I would take the time to do some commentary to kind of talk everybody and walk them through a little bit of everything that's going on with this tank and what's different between this tank and my SPS reef tank, which I show more than this one. So this was originally designed to be a frag tank when I did set up my SPS system because I wanted a system that was going to propagate all of my frags, my SPS frags, and I was going to grow them out that way. Things change, and of course, in this hobby, a lot of ideas that we have, they get adjusted. So I can't remember what point of the idea when I came up when I said I was going to turn this into a mixed reef tank, but I think it was through the phase when I was trying to get this tank stabilized and I couldn't get it stabilized. So I said, okay, I'm just going to give it up. I can't just make it a frag reef tank, bare bottom. So I'm going to get some stability in here and make it a mixed reef tank. And that's what I did. So within this system, there's a whole lot of different types of coral in here. We have SPS, we have LPS, we have soft coral. I actually like this tank. Better than my SPS tank, to be honest with you, because there's a lot, as you can see, there's a lot of movement going on in here. From this right here, this green star polyp that I have isolated on this rock. Green star polyps are nice in a system, and I think they get a bad reputation because people don't know how to control them. But if you can keep these under control and you keep them isolated on individual pieces of rock, they're actually beautiful. They're actually beautiful coral to look at. And as you see, as they moving throughout the water, just the movement that they make is pretty cool. On the back side back there, I have some mushrooms. I remember somebody asked me before in a comment, they asked me what type of mushrooms these were. Honestly, I do not remember. I don't even remember what vendor I got these mushrooms from, but it actually started as one mushroom a couple of years ago, and they just grew on this rock because I wanted to set this rock up as a mushroom rock, and they grew on this rock and they just started just multiplying. But they are nice, and they are good to look at. You can see on the back wall back there where I took some Matapora and actually just glued it to the back part of the aquarium. And you can see as it's slowly starting to grow and harden and it's just spreading out. But I think it's actually pretty nice how I have it back there. And that piece actually originated from here. So this was a frag that I got years ago, right? And all of this that you see in here, that's red Matapora that's growing in there, it all came from this one particular frag. That's pretty cool. But going back to this tank here, as you can see, just looking through the movement, I have various pieces of coral. This is a very, very shallow reef tank. It's pretty cool. The camera probably doesn't give it any justice as far as showing how shallow it is. I wanted the lagoon set up within this system, and I think I kind of got what I was looking for with that setup, as you can go through here and see. But I just got different pieces of coral, and I tried to make sure that I isolated themes. So I have different types of coral on different rock structures, and all of that was intentional. But nothing is super duper expensive in here. Everything is just low budget pieces of coral. But you can take inexpensive pieces of coral and you can make them beautiful. You don't have to spend a lot of money on coral, is the point I'm trying to make. But just looking through the system, everything is doing good in here. And like I said, I love this system better than I like my SPS system because I have so much movement. I'll just take you through here. That red Gonapora right there, the red gunny. This rock was initially supposed to be a gunny rock, and I have another one behind it on there. I had some more pieces, but it just seems like the red piece was more dominant over the other gonopora that was on the rock, and it stayed there and it grew, and I just left it alone. And you can see the clownfish just love hosting it, and that's one of the areas that they like to hang out at. And this is the funny one right here. Look at this one. That's one of my Starship Trooper clowns. Just hosting the mushroom. I think that's a pretty cool picture. But this is what I get to see, and he just loves to just hang out right here. Yeah, what's crazy about these clowns, and you see I have 3 clowns, right? I have 2 Starship Trooper clowns, and then I have the Ocellaris clown here. It was 4 clowns in here. Unknowingly, and this was a mistake. I wasn't paying attention to the count of clowns when I was introducing the new ones that I bought, and I don't know how I missed that, but it was a total of 4 clowns in there, and it's crazy. But I don't know if the other orange clown was a male or something, but the 2 Starship Trooper clowns just gave it the business, and I tried to get him out of there and I couldn't. Unfortunately, he didn't make it. But then this one clown, the orange one, they allowed to stay. I don't know if it's a female or what, but the 3 get along together. So I'm taking it that there's probably 2 females and a male, but I just don't know which is which. So pretty cool story. Going back to the tank. And you can see this tank is pretty shallow. Again, I'm bending down to actually look in it. I'm normally sitting in my chair when I'm actually engaging this tank, but I just love that I can kind of come over it and kind of do what I need to do from the top down into it. But I think that's pretty neat. Coming over on the side. Just kind of let you see how everything is coming along in this system. Again, if you have any questions, I think I explained my parameters before, but I'll go over them briefly again and kind of my routine with this system. It is nothing complex at all. As you can see here, nothing crazy. I dose a little Aquapower aminos. I dose Alpha Reef, and I just adjusted the dosage on here. I dose 50 milliliters of Alpha Reef every day, and I do that slowly throughout the day. And that's it. I don't do any water changes either. Don't do any water changes on this tank. I have a protein skimmer, a reef mat, and a UV sterilizer beneath it, and that's all. A lot of care and just taking care of the tank, and I don't do anything. I don't put my hands in the tank. I'm not tinkering around. I think I explained that before, but I'll say a lot of that stuff for another video. I just wanted to give you a brief update on this tank. So again, this is my Cade S2 1200 mixed reef tank. Like and subscribe if you enjoy the content, and everybody take care.